Have you ever wondered why we don't catch cancer like we catch a cold? It's because your immune system is fighting an invisible war inside you every single day. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most exciting breakthroughs in modern medicine. Immunotherapy, specifically for prostate cancer, according to the World Health Organization. Prostate cancer is the second most common cancer in men globally, with over 1.4 million new cases a year. But here is the fascinating part. Traditionally, we treated cancer by cutting it out with surgery, burning it with radiation, or poisoning it with chemotherapy. Immunotherapy changes the entire game. It is a concept that took over a century of research to perfect. Instead of attacking the tumor directly, immunotherapy trains your own body's immune system to find the cancer cells and destroy them. Your immune system is brilliant. It learns, it adapts, and it can provide lifelong protection. However, it evolved to fight off infections like bacteria and viruses, not rogue cells from your own body. So, how do we teach it to recognize the enemy hiding within? Let's shrink down and see exactly what happens inside your prostate. To understand this therapy, you need to meet the microscopic heroes patrolling your bloodstream. Your immune system isn't just one organ, it's a massive network. In fact, the National Institutes of Health states, your body produces about 10 billion new white blood cells every single day. First, meet the dendritic cell. Think of this little guy as a biological vacuum cleaner. Its job is to roam around your tissues, sucking up debris and unusual molecules called antigens. When normal cells, or even cancer cells, die, they release these antigens into their surroundings. The dendritic cell vacuums them up, analyzes them, and rushes over to the commander, the T cell. The T cell is the ultimate enforcer. Once the dendritic cell presents the cancer antigen, the T cell gets activated. According to Nature Immunology, a single activated T cell can clone itself thousands of times. Within just 48 hours to form an army, they memorize the exact shape of the enemy and hunt down the cancer. If they succeed, the cancer cells are destroyed, releasing more antigens, and the cycle continues. This elegant loop is the exact mechanism scientists tapped into to create cancer vaccines. Now let's talk about a real-world medical marvel that uses this exact science. It is called Sipuleucel-T, but you might know it by its brand name, Provenge. Believe it or not, the FDA approved this breakthrough way back in 2010. It was the very first cell-based cancer vaccine ever approved. But this isn't like a standard flu shot. This is personalized medicine. The process begins with something called apheresis, similar to donating plasma. You sit comfortably while a machine filters your blood, specifically collecting your dormant dendritic cells. These resting cells are then shipped to a highly specialized laboratory, which acts like a military boot camp. In the lab, scientists expose your cells to a specific recombinant protein found on most prostate cancer cells. It is intense training. The dendritic cells memorize the enemy target and become fully supercharged and activated. Once they are ready, this custom army of living cells is sent back to your clinic. They are infused right back into your bloodstream as a living, breathing medical treatment. A landmark study published in the New England Journal of Medicine, called the IMPACT trial, proved its power. We still use this today, primarily for men whose prostate cancer has stopped responding to traditional hormone therapy.
And contain no speech.
It is a routine outpatient procedure, often causing only mild, short-term flu-like symptoms. Incredible, right? But wait, if our T cells are so powerful, why does prostate cancer ever grow in the first place? Because cancer is incredibly sneaky. Over time, as cells divide, they mutate and figure things out. According to researchers, tumors constantly evolve to survive and exploit your body's own safety systems. You see, your immune system has built-in checkpoints. These are essentially molecular safety brakes. These checkpoints ensure that your immune cells do not become overly aggressive and attack healthy organs. This prevents a dangerous condition known as autoimmunity. One major checkpoint is a receptor called PD-1. Think of PD-1 as an emergency off switch located right on the surface of your T cells. Prostate cancer cells are brilliant at surviving. They cleverly develop a matching handshake protein. It acts as the perfect disguise, making the deadly tumor look like a completely normal, friendly cell. When the fierce T cell soldier approaches to attack, the cancer cell confidently reaches out. It shakes hands with the PD-1 receptor and flips the T cell off switch. The once powerful immune enforcer suddenly goes to sleep right on the battlefield, ignoring the enemy. With the guards asleep, the prostate cancer is allowed to multiply and grow completely undetected. It is a deadly trick. The discovery of this exact mechanism actually won the Nobel Prize in 2018. Because once scientists understood how this clever disguise worked, they finally found a way to rip off that mask. So how do doctors rip off that deadly disguise? Enter a revolutionary class of drugs, checkpoint inhibitors. These specialized drugs are essentially synthetic antibodies designed to physically block the PD-1 off switch. Imagine putting a molecular shield over the receptor. When the cancer cell reaches out, it hits a wall. The brakes are completely removed, and the T cell wakes up with a vengeance. Furious at being tricked, the unleashed immune soldier easily blasts through the cancer cells. Fake disguise. It sounds like a perfect cure, right? However, in prostate cancer, there is a specific catch. Clinical data shows this therapy currently works best for a small subgroup. About 10% of advanced patients who have a genetic flaw called microsatellite instability, or MSI-high. To understand this, imagine your DNA is a massive book and you're normal. Cells have a built-in spell checker. In MSI-high cancer, that spell checker is completely broken. Studies show these cells accumulate thousands of genetic typos. Because they make so many mistakes, the tumor ends up looking incredibly weird to your immune system. It's like the cancer cells accidentally painted bright neon targets all over themselves. This is why major guidelines recommend that every advanced prostate cancer patient gets genetic testing. If they have MSI-high, they can receive this FDA-approved PD-1 inhibitor. When those brakes come off, the immune system completely eradicates the tumor. But what happens if your T cells are completely awake but they just can't find the hidden cancer. Sometimes, tumors drop their neon targets, leaving the T-cell looking around confused with microscopic binoculars. Let's look at a brand new, highly targeted experimental drug called AMG 509, also known as xaluritamig. To understand how it works, picture a tiny, Y-shaped tool acting as a microscopic superglue. This incredible synthetic molecule is designed with two specific hands. One hand tightly grabs onto your T-cell, while the other hand firmly latches directly onto a prostate cancer cell, refusing to let go. It forcefully drags the immune soldier right to the enemy's front door, triggering an immediate attack signal. In early clinical trials, the results for men with advanced, hormone-resistant prostate cancer have been remarkable. Nearly half of these heavily treated patients saw a significant, long-lasting drop in their PSA levels. PSA stands for prostate-specific antigen, which is the most critical blood marker used to track this disease. Because these bispecific drugs are incredibly potent, they are administered directly into the bloodstream. Patients receive a continuous 4 infusion every 1 to 2 weeks, keeping the immune system constantly engaged. This ensures that your T-cell army never loses sight of the enemy, maintaining a relentless, guided attack. It is a revolutionary step forward in precision oncology, forcing the immune system to fight exactly where needed. Because immunotherapy is so incredibly powerful, it is also a double-edged sword for the body. When you remove the safety brakes from the immune system, sometimes those T-cells get confused. They become hyperactive and accidentally attack perfectly healthy tissue instead of the cancer. According to a study in JAMA Oncology, up to 25% of patients might experience these immune-related adverse events, or ERAs. This can cause inflammation in the skin, thyroid, or digestive tract. Doctors are skilled at managing this. But here is a brand new, fascinating piece of science. Did you know that your gut bacteria actually dictate how well immunotherapy works? Recent studies from the National Institutes of Health show that a healthy, diverse microbiome directly boosts the effectiveness of PD-1 inhibitors. How? Good bacteria act like coaches for your immune cells. They produce special molecules called short-chain fatty acids that directly communicate with your T-cells. They make the immune soldiers stronger and much more accurate in their attack. This means that what you eat every day actually plays a huge role in how your body responds to high-tech cancer treatments. It is not just about high-tech medicine. It is about building a holistic, healthy biological system inside you. First, feed your gut. Eat a high-fiber, plant-based diet to keep your microbiome diverse and healthy. For prostate health specifically, foods rich in lycopene, like cooked tomatoes and watermelon, have been strongly linked to lower cancer risks in extensive Harvard studies. Second, exercise. Just 30 minutes of moderate physical activity a day greatly improves circulation. This increased blood flow allows your dendritic cells and T cells to patrol your entire body much more efficiently, catching microscopic rogue cells instantly. Finally, don't skip your screenings. Regular PSA blood tests can catch prostate cancer early, long before it ever requires aggressive treatment or advanced immunotherapy drugs. The future of cancer therapy isn't just about destroying tumors with toxic chemicals. It is about empowering your own body to do the healing. We are entering an incredible new era of custom vaccines and targeted immune boosters. Your immune system is your ultimate defender. Treat it well, and it will protect you. Disclaimer: this video is for educational purposes only. Please consult a healthcare professional before starting any new treatment or significantly changing your diet.